Are you considering selling your house, but you're not really sure? Has something gotten a bug in you and you're thinking, gee, maybe I should move, but you don't really know if you should? My name is Joanna Condé, and this is the first of the series for sellers on real estate for seniors. And we're going to be discussing today the whys, because you really need to pinpoint why do you want to sell and get that down. And it needs to make not only financial sense or reasonable sense, but in your gut, it has to tell you this is the right thing to do. And so we're going to go through the 5 reasons that are typical for people selling. And you can make a checklist and say, does that fit me? And if it does, great, go on and sell. But if it doesn't, it may clarify, your decision and make it easier for you to say either yes or no. So I'm going to go into the next slide, which will talk about the first of the many reasons of why you might want to sell your house. Well, it could be physical needs. You live in a 2-story and you really don't like to walk upstairs. You have a small step down and you trip over it. Those are physical needs. Maybe it is something like you don't like to go down into the basement, or you can't take care of the house. It's too big. When you were younger, it's amazing when you get older. 10 years can make a huge difference. 10 years ago, you were gardening, you were walking, you were hiking, you were doing all sorts of things. But now those things are difficult for you. And you think, I can't do the gardening. I can't mow the lawn. I can't shovel the snow. I can't do a whole lot of things that I used to do with ease and never even thought about it. Those are physical and health needs. And you might not look at those and say, is this a really good reason to sell? Because it might be. So that's number 1. Do you have a physical need to move? A second reason is financial. If you can't take care of a house, maybe and afford people to take care of it for you because you can't do it now, that's a reason to consider. Or maybe you think, it's really expensive where I live. The taxes have gone up, maintenance goes up, the house needs care, I need a new roof, I need a new furnace. I don't have the money to do it now, and I'd really like to spend that money someplace else. And you have equity in the house, and it might be the time to sell the house, take the equity, buy a smaller house, and have money to do something that is much more fun than buying a new furnace. That might be a financial reason to sell. So that's number 2 on our list, financial reasons, taxes, upkeep, etc. 3, family or circumstance needs. That's number 3. Okay, maybe you need to settle an estate. So somebody has passed away. You've been left with the responsibility, and you need to say, do I want to buy the house? A lot of people do. Do I want to distribute it to somebody, have them pay me, get an appraisal? Or do I need to just sell it? And if you need to sell it, you've got to get your finances in order. That decision is pretty much made for you. Another reason for family needs is that you were working and you were close to work, but your kids grew up and they moved far away. And they have kids now, and you don't see the kids because you're still where you were when you were working, but now you're no longer working there. So you go, why should I stay? Maybe I should move closer to the kids and come back to see my friends here. And if that's the case, then that's a good reason to move. And you might even want to rent for a while and see if you really like living near your kids. That might be a good idea. But visit them and ask what they would like for you to do. Would they like you to move nearby? Now, I will tell you from my vast experience, I've been around for 35 years here, I've known people who have moved closer to their kids only to find their kids didn't have time for them. And it was very sad. And then they moved back. So check that out first to see if your kids would really like you to move closer to them, or if they're just saying that, and then go from there and see if there are other reasons, because there can be many whys to sell. And the more whys there are to sell that are positive, the more comfortable you'll feel in doing that. But if you get stuck, don't. Because the whole issue of this is to get you comfortable with your decision-making process. So those are the financial and the family reasons. Now, another thing is there are emotional reasons to sell. Maybe you've lived in that house a long time. Maybe your spouse died, and everywhere you turn, there are memories, and you just want out. Or maybe you don't like the lifestyle. Maybe when you were younger and you could, do cross-country skiing and you like to do all sorts of hiking, that was great. But now maybe you're not as able to do that, and you're going, you know what? I'm stuck in the house all winter. Or if you're in Arizona, I'm stuck in the house all summer, and I'm not having any fun. It's time I had fun with the rest of my life. And then that's a lifestyle decision. You go, I want to go someplace where there are things I can do and I can have fun. And if that's why you want to move, that's not a bad reason. So that is number 4, a lifestyle change. Number 5, and we went over this a bit earlier, is you don't want the responsibilities of taking on a house anymore. You're not able to, or you just don't want to. You want maybe a smaller house, which we call a lock and leave, where you can rent it or you can own it. But when you want to go, you lock the door. It's in an association. Somebody else looks out for it. They take care of the lawn. They take care of the roof. Make sure your plants are watered, and you can go on vacation for a week, a month, a couple of months. Lock and leaves. You don't want the responsibility of the house. And maybe you're at a point where, it's hard to say, but some of us get older and we aren't comfortable living alone. We don't want the responsibility of checking all the doors at night, making sure all the windows are locked. We don't feel safe in that neighborhood. We just, we want to go someplace where we feel safe. And then you might want to go to an assisted living or an independent living. Maybe you're alone and you're tired of cooking for yourself. Those are all kind of wrapped up in many of those needs. And if you sell your home, you can afford to go where you can feel safe, secure, where you get your meals cooked, where you can go on vacation, and where you have things to do and people to do them with. That's another good reason to sell. And that's the 5th reason. Those are the reasons that many people sell, and you should really consider them carefully. And if you have a whole lot of whys and not many why nots, then probably selling is the best thing. But if you have a gut feeling that you're not ready yet, you're just not ready to go through all of the things you've saved for years, you have an emotional attachment to the house, your kids want you to move, your daughter or your son is encouraging you, but this is your home and you feel comfortable in it, and that's what your gut is telling you want to stay here longer, then don't sell. That's your decision to make, and you need to know the whys, and they need to be your whys. Why do you want to sell? What is right for you? Not what is right for other family members. That's not what's right for them. It's what's right for you. And make that decision for yourself. And if it is time to sell, then you might be interested in our next video, which is what to do before you put your home on the market. What is your next step? Again, this is Joanna Condé, and the series is Real Estate for Seniors and Their Families. And I hope you'll tune in again. I hope you subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. And thank you for watching.